Can we keep prompter?
Yeah, the prompter's not.
Cue prompter. Check, check. Cue prompter.
I'm so excited. I love owls. They're so
Me
cool.
too.
I have lipstick.
30 out.
Let me see.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Thank you guys. Any second now.
Today on Be More Lifestyle, go behind the scenes of Fox 45 News. Find out trending Halloween costumes and how you can trick or treat at the zoo.
Be More Lifestyle. Now, here are your hosts, Chardell Moore and Christina Denny.
Hey guys, it's your girl Chardell Moore. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. You had a good weekend, Christina?
I did. How about you?
I had a good weekend.
Good. I'm
Sure.
glad.
Fun.
And hope you all did as well. I'm Christina Denny. Welcome to Be More Lifestyle. All this week, we are taking you behind the scenes of Fox 45 News, everything from the talent to how a newscast is put together.
I cannot
Fascinating.
wait for you guys to see this.
It's really
This is going to
interesting.
be so amazing, guys. We're also touching on LGBTQ History Month. Very important. I'm so happy we're having this conversation.
Absolutely.
Right?
Right
But
on.
first, we're talking Halloween, of course. This is actually one of my favorite holidays.
I
The
love it.
official holiday is next week, but there are celebrations all month long.
And here's a cool way to celebrate
Yeah.
trick-or-treating at the Maryland Zoo. Julie Grove is here to tell us all about this year's Zoo Boo. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
What
Of
is Zoo Boo,
course,
for those who don't know?
Yeah, it's probably it is the best place to trick or treat for everyone around town. It's included in zoo admission. It's
Okay.
10 to 4 on October 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Taking notes.
There is entertainment each of those days and trick or treating for all the kids. One of the best parts is the costume contest as well.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
a lot of fun. Again, it's included with your zoo admission, and trick or treating, costume contest, and really fun are all the animal activities that will happen throughout the day.
Yeah, tell us about some of them.
Sure.
There's some
So-
exciting stuff.
Of course, the one most people know about is our famous elephant smash.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are getting the pumpkins ready. They're probably going to be over 100 pounds this year.
Oh my
So we'll advertise the time, and people could come out and watch our elephants step on the pumpkins and then devour them in front of you.
Oh
Oh,
my
and I'm sure the
goodness.
elephants love it too.
Oh, they love it. It's a favorite. They can hardly contain the excitement as we're rolling the pumpkins out to them.
Oh, that's so fun.
They're like, I'm waiting every year for this.
Yes, it's here. It's back.
It's here.
And then we'll have pumpkins for different animals throughout the zoo, including some paper mache pumpkins. We have a volunteer enrichment team who spends a lot of time making really large Halloween activity or decorations and pumpkins, and they'll be throughout the entire zoo.
That's
Talk to us a
awesome.
little bit more about this enrichment. What is the purpose of that?
Sure. So animals get enrichment every single day, so it's really fun when we can showcase it with a themed event. It's something that really can get the animals active and explore their environment, really gets them doing natural behaviors we want to see. So for the chimps, we will have paper pumpkins or actual pumpkins and stuff it with their favorite foods. For the lions, we will have pumpkins filled with meat, and you will get to see them stalk and hunt the pumpkin prey. So it'll be fun just to see the animals doing their natural behaviors.
That's really cool.
Right?
So much fun for everybody, no matter what age you are. There's going to be something that you
An
can
entire
do, or see, or
experience.
enjoy.
There's something to see all day long, from the great entertainment that's at the Zoo Boo, part of the zoo, and then just wandering around the zoo seeing enrichment all day.
Is there anything different this year that we can expect from last year?
I believe we do have new performers. So we have Pam the Kindersinger, who has not been there recently. So she'll be there on Friday.
Nice.
And then we have Silly Goose and Val, who will be there Saturday and Sunday, and she's always a favorite for the kids.
Oh, that's fun. So the kids can gather around, sing some songs.
Yeah, she's
parents
Have a little
fantastic.
party.
Yeah.
Great.
And you have a very special guest with
I
you
did.
today.
You
We
noticed.
have to talk about him. Oh my gosh, he's
so cute.
His
Look at
name
those
is
eyes.
Pellet, right?
Yep, this is Pellet. He's a screech owl. He's 18 years old, believe it or not. Because of his size, everyone thinks he's a little guy.
Yeah, when I
or
first saw him,
youngin'.
I thought he was a baby. I was
Nope.
like, oh, it's this little guy.
He's fully grown, and he has a lot to see here today. So he's really showing you those 14 vertebrae in his neck. He can turn
Wow.
3/4 of the way around and
Yeah.
check out everything.
And
This
he's
is so
literally
cool.
chilling. He's like, you know what? I
He's
do
so
this all day.
calm.
He's one of our animal ambassadors. So
Yeah.
he goes to school. So this is easy compared to going to some of our
Yeah.
school
Oh,
programs.
I'm sure.
And he will actually be at Zubu as well. So we'll have our
Nice.
scariest of ambassadors out to see the kids.
Very good. So what are some of the kids' favorite animals that they like to see at Zubu or any time of the year?
You know, I really think the penguins are always a huge hit. Elephants, of course, everyone likes to see the pumpkin smash, but the penguins, and I think it's great when kids get excited even just over some of the large rabbits we bring out for
I get excited
for
over
I know.
Yeah.
I love rabbits.
So where can we get information? Is there a website we can get tickets?
Yes, absolutely. MarylandZoo.org, and if you go there, you'll find all the information that you need.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Julie. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
know.
Thanks for having
He is
us.
chilling.
Of course. And everybody, have fun at Zubu.
I know. I'm
Thank
telling you,
you.
Halloween, man. Speaking of Halloween, if you haven't gotten your costume yet, don't worry. There is still time. Christina had so much fun.
Oh my gosh, we
Oh
had
my
a
gosh,
blast.
check this out,
You
guys.
can get anything you need at Artistic Costumes and Dance Fashions.
It is one of our favorite times of year. It's Halloween, baby.
Darling, it is that time of year
Yes.
again. I am dressed as Cruella.
Oh, you look so sexy.
Thank you. You do too, my little
Thank you.
pup. Okay, so clearly this is the time to have
We're
fun.
too much fun, guys.
We're having a blast here at Artistic Costumes and Dance Fashions in Lock Raven Plaza in Towson. As you can see, there are costumes galore to choose
Seriously.
from. Anything that you need,
fit
whether
your
it's
personality.
shoes, accessories, costumes, anything, you can find it here.
Yeah, sexy, sweet, and all of the above. Let's go get it. Harriet, you look great. I can't believe it's already Halloween. I remember hanging out with you last year.
know.
So what's it?
Tell us everything we can find here.
Yes.
Well, what can't you find?
Yeah.
Everything under the sun. We have costumes at Artistic Costumes and Dance Lessons for age 0 months to 99 and up.
Nice. Is there anything new this year that you feel like our viewers should know
Yeah, what's
about?
trending?
Wonder Woman for sure.
Gotcha.
Love
The
Gal
new Wonder
Gadot.
Woman. Oh yes, we have a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
It the Clown.
Yeah.
Last year was kind of a bad story about clowns, but I think this year they're going to make a big comeback.
I think so. It's been pretty
and
popular.
so we have tons of clown stuff. Scary clowns, happy clowns.
And people love Halloween because it's one that time of the year that you can dress up and be
Yeah.
fun and,
And be
fabulous
whoever you
and be whoever you
Right.
want.
I have the cougar costume on
Oh,
I
are
like
you
it.
a
You're rocking
cougar on the
it.
low? Are you
Yeah,
on a
no.
cougar on the low? I feel
I'm
like
a
you're a
cougar
sexy
on the low.
cougar.
I'm a sexy cougar. Yeah, right.
So I am so excited to get to try on so many different costumes. Come with us. Let's have some fun.
Let's get it.
Now we're with costume expert Shantira. What's hot this year?
Superheroes are always very popular.
Thanks, Gal Gadot.
Oh, don't hurt him, Christina. We can't forget about Disney characters.
And my favorite, the villains.
We have tons of wigs and theatrical makeup that will complete any look.
Christina, I'm loving your wig.
Oh, what wig, darling? This is all me.
Seriously, she's too much in character right now.
And lastly, we have authentic rentals and we're open all year long.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
so
my
much
gosh,
fun.
So much fun. All right, well, switching gears. Up next, we're talking about LGBTQ History Month and the support here in Baltimore.
Yep. We're also taking you behind the scenes of Fox 45 News. See everything from the newsroom to control room and the studio. Keep it locked. You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
your hair on this shoulder and brush it back. So
Thank
it's not
you.
going
That's
to
exactly what I
Very
wanted to
good.
have happen. Yeah. Is that out of the way?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure it wasn't brushing against the microphone.
I
Cool.
think I can hear my echo. Whoa.
It's there.
Oh, I know.
The acoustic.
Sometimes I have to. I learned.
Welcome back. It's time to take a look at what's happening around town.
So this evening, you can head to see the classic movie Ed Wood as part as the Harvey Day Grace Arts Collective's horror film series. Now, it's showing from 8 to 10 tonight, and it's about a Hollywood cast and his crew who work to bring his oversized dreams to the big screen. It's $5 per person unless you're over 65 and under 13, and you can register in advance through Eventbrite. That sounds like cool.
It does. I haven't seen that movie yet.
Neither.
Is your 12 to 18-year-old interested in flight training, leadership development, and scholarships? You and they can learn about the International Air Cadet Exchange Civil Air Patrol. That's a long name, but it sounds really cool. And you can even fly the air simulator for free while you're there. It's tonight from 7 to 9 at the Dundalk American Legion, Post 38. Learn more on Facebook by searching Osprey CAP.
And tomorrow you can attend the Engineering Green Seminar happening at the Conference Center at Shepherd Pratt. This one-day conference will highlight projects and design strategies from various disciplines in the private and public sectors of planning, technical design, and more. It's from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for between $50 and $105. Register at Eventbrite. A lot of good events happening.
Always a lot of cool stuff
Right?
going on.
I love it. And if you didn't know, October is LGBTQ History Month.
Ava and Keisha, did I say that properly?
Yay!
From Baltimore Transgender Alliance are here to talk with us today about the support for Pride here in Baltimore. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate
It's
it.
great to have you. So tell us about some of the big figures in LGBTQ history here in Baltimore.
You want to take this one?
A couple of big figures. There are many big figures, and the story for the trans community goes way, way back. But I do want to shed light on one of my mentors and one of the leading ladies of the city, and that's Monica Stevens Yorkman.
Nice.
Tell us a little bit about that person. Do you know anything?
Well, she was one of the first founders of BTA.
Yeah, she's one of the founders. She's the founder of Sisters of the T, and she's been doing this struggle for trans liberation, for LGBTQ empowerment, as long as she's been alive. And she is a trans elder.
Wow.
So she's my trans mother. She has many children, but we wanted to honor her today.
I love it.
It's wonderful. It sounds like she's been very supportive
Right.
of this
Absolutely.
entire community.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about the Pride Parade. That's so much fun.
When and where did that
Always.
begin?
Okay, so yeah, back in the 60s, there were all kinds of really great spaces where LGBT people were coming together and celebrating without judgment, like at the Compton Cafeteria or at the Stonewall Inn. Unfortunately, law enforcement attempted to shut those down because it was illegal at that time to be trans, to be gay, to be any of these things. But a couple of our elders, specifically some trans women of color, refused to stop partying. And that refusal continued on into the streets through different organizations and formations, and we now call it the Pride Parade, but it really started as this manifestation of refusing to stop partying manifestation of resistance.
And
That's
coming
really
out can be
Yeah.
very emotional. It can be very challenging. What type of resources are available in Baltimore?
We're coming up, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I founded one of the support groups here in Baltimore, which is a year old this year, and it's Trans Baltimore. I founded that last year, 2016, while I was working as a peer navigator for the GLCCB, which is also another very resourceful center. Amongst BTA,
come to
and
BTA.
there's others, Girls United, there's Girl Talk with Star Trek,
Hearts
there's
and Ears.
Hearts and Ears. There's a lot of services coming up and a lot of organizations that are coming to the forefront, making our voices heard.
Yeah,
That's
speaking of
fantastic.
voices heard, what are some of the issues in your community that you feel like our viewers should know about?
Well, I like to always say that trans issues really are not trans issues. These are just every woman who's infertile is devalued, right? That's just sexism. That's not the monopoly of trans bodies, right? Every woman with a deep voice, every man with a high-pitched voice is devalued, right? So these issues really affect everyone, and they're just scapegoated onto our bodies because they're more visible on our bodies.
That's really deep.
Well, even further, people tend to fear what they don't understand, what they don't know, what they're being judged about, what they're being judged on. I've learned a lot in the last 2 weeks. I've watched the Marsha P. Johnson story. I found a little bit of problematic stuff even in that, even from coming from our own community. And I think that it's important for us as trans people to understand who we are before we can, before we can even take that leap. It's about being able to basically educate yourself.
So a lot of people in the public sphere argue that because there's now marriage equality that everybody should just be happy. What is, I saw that eye roll. Tell us why that's not the case.
So
keep it 100.
Let's go back to the 90s and remember that there were trans rights, trans protections in employment and housing in that legislation we were fighting so hard for, but at the last minute we got dropped, right? We got dropped. It was considered maybe it was too much of a struggle to push through on the trans protections at that time. We're still here, right? We're still here. People may not understand, but most trans people I know are heterosexual, and we can marry, right? That's not what we're fighting for. We're fighting for housing.
Wow.
We're fighting for workplace protection.
Well, thank you, ladies, for coming. This conversation, as I mentioned before, is so needed, and I feel like that's why media is so profound, because we're bringing, awareness to this.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well, up next, we're taking you behind the scenes of Fox 45 News, everything on how a newscast is put together to where all the magic happens. You're watching Be More Lifestyle. Stay tuned.
Okay, so all this week we're taking you behind the scenes of Fox 45 News.
That's right. We get up and personal with the talent, but today we're showing you how it all comes together into one show. Take a look.
What's up, guys? So today we are going behind the scenes at Fox 45 News, and joining me today is the amazing assistant news director, Eric. What's up?
Amazing.
How are you doing?
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm good. So a lot of people
Behind the scenes,
behind
right?
the scenes. This is
Everybody
pretty
wants to
cool.
know what we do behind the scenes.
Everybody wants to know what exactly happens behind the scenes. First and foremost, where do you guys get the news? Where's the information coming
The
from?
news actually comes from everywhere nowadays. I've been in the business for more than 20 years. We get our news from so many different places now. It used to be that you would get the news from police organizations, fire departments, community organizations that would send you a press release or something like that. Nowadays, our news desk, which is right over here, gets information from all over the place. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, any type of social media that you can think of.
It's crazy how social media has such a profound way of how we receive our information.
It really does nowadays. And I got an alert on my phone actually that there was this fire in London.
Wow.
I was able to pull up on my computer pictures and images and accounts of the fire, and literally within 5 minutes put that on TV.
That's incredible.
So it's really different how we do things now.
Wow.
Of course, you still have somebody here like Ashley, who's one of our assignment desk editors, who gets information from the fire department, from the police department. We actually have right now TJ Smith from the Baltimore Police Department giving a news conference right now that we can put out to our different to Facebook, to Twitter. We can post this right now as it's coming in live. So things will come into the news desk. People will call the news desk. You know, John Doe could call the news desk. Hey, I saw a car accident, you know, downtown by Camden Yards.
But how do you separate what's actually factual? Because do you ever deal with like false leads and people who just call and just say crazy stuff?
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to fact check it. You are calling the police department. You are looking at the different forms of social media. You know, then we find the reporter and we send them out. We have 2 editorial meetings. We have one at 9:30 in the morning where we take care of our dayside reporters.
Okay.
And then we usually have 3 reporters at night. They come in at 2:30, and I help to run that meeting at 2:30. Our producers during the day, including Amber right here.
Hey, Amber.
Amber Tweedy is our 4 o'clock producer, and she's there in the morning for the morning meeting. And that's where the reporters toss out their story ideas, what they have gotten from their sources and everything, what they're interested in doing that day. There's a discussion. The producers are involved, the news director is involved, the executive producer is involved, a bunch of people are involved. And then we decide
pieces.
Right, then we decide what we're going to do for the day.
Gotcha.
And on a perfect day, when there are no changes, which very rarely happens in our business, then we'll sit down like Amber here, and we'll start to put together our shows.
Gotcha. Learn something new every day.
Yep.
So now we're headed into the control room, and this is where all the magic happens, right, Eric?
This is a very rare, quiet time in the control room because usually this is where all the action happens.
Yeah.
So you have a bunch of different monitors here, a bunch of different chairs, and you have about 5 or 6 people who are working here during the actual show itself. And also during the day in case there's breaking news and we need to put somebody or something on air immediately. Here's where you have Kai and Jen. We've got great anchors. We've got great talent here at the station. We look forward to you know, bringing the news to everybody every day.
Well, it was a pleasure hanging out. I even learned so much information.
There you go.
There we go.
Lots
So
of fun,
interesting.
right?
It really is. And I love the newsroom because there is always something going on. You'll hear
Always something
stuff
on.
over the police,
Yep.
what's it called? The police thing where you guys
It's
know
Monday.
what I'm talking about.
It's Monday.
There's a lot of information that gets thrown out. It's really cool. We'll be right back with our motivational
Stay
minute.
with us, guys. You know, Christina, I always say this, but we had another very fun and informative show. I learned a lot on today's show.
I did as well.
Yeah.
Even just having Pellet here, I learned something.
I mean,
but
seriously.
LGBTQ History Month is happening, and we learned a lot of really important information
Definitely.
about why that struggle is still continuing. It's so important. And if you are thinking about coming out or you're hesitant, there are so many resources available right here.
It's your life. Do you. Let the world adjust. That's my philosophy for everything.
Yep, and we're going behind the scenes in the news. It was the police scanner. That's what I was looking for. And tomorrow we sit down with Fox 45's chief meteorologist, Vetus Reed.
We're also talking about how you can help a Baltimore kids in need, plus creative capes for your whole family.
So
I can't wait for that.
And of course, we want to hear from all of you at home. Email us things you want to hear about or things you want to share.
And to find out how you can be featured on our fabulous show, I mean, come on, guys. Email us at BMORELifestyleTV@gmail.com. Now, before we go, we want to leave you with this thought. How many times do you run into someone with a bad attitude who is insecure, just knows how to push your buttons? I can go on. It can be at work, okay, in the public, family. Yes, I said family. But you know what I've realized? Their attitude has nothing to do with you.
So true.
People who put others down are hurt themselves. If you're truly confident in the skin that you're in, there's no need to be negative.
There's really not. A confident person is just not going to put people down just to feel better
Real
about
talk.
themselves, period. They might give you constructive criticism, but they're not going to do it just to feel bigger themselves. Some people just can't function without that negativity because bringing other people down, it helps them feel better. So don't focus on them, stay focused on your life and your goals, and continue to surround yourself with people who actually support and encourage you and believe in your dreams
That's
and goals.
very important, to surround yourself with a positive support system.
Absolutely, yeah,
There we
because
go.
those people are going to help lift you up. And Oprah said it herself, there are energy suckers.
Yes.
You don't want them.
Right? Energy is everything.
out.
Speaking of energy, thank you for joining us. We
Thanks for
appreciate
inviting
it.
us into your home. We hope you have a fantastic day.
We'll see you tomorrow. Jinx!